so grateful to have you, awesome folks today. For those of you I haven't met yet, I'm John. I'm the student pastor here, and it is so awesome to be able to come together and worship this morning. A few announcements for you. Tonight we will be officially kicking off our summer nights. So if you like some good barbecue, some games, some really super low pressure opportunity to come together and get to know each other just a little better. I know that we've got a ton of new people been hanging out with us. We're so very grateful to have you. So if you've never filled out a visitor card, when we get to the offering here in just a little bit, if you don't mind filling that out and just handing it to somebody at the door as you're leaving today, that would be awesomely fantastic. Also, a couple of major prayer requests. Kim Montgomery's dad is really going through it right now. There's a ton of things going on with him. It's, as Matt put it, it's very touch and go. So please continue to pray for the Montgomerys. We love them. We're just grateful for that family, and we know that we can rely on you guys. Also, prayer requests for my family. We go in finally. I know you guys have been wondering how long it's going to take Amber to have this baby. All of our kids have been late, which is indicative of being their mother's child. So, as you can see, she's still not here yet, so I can totally talk about her. But tomorrow morning, we got to be at St. Vincent's at 6 o'clock, so pray for us for a healthy, quick delivery that doesn't last all day. Please, Lord. Doesn't last all day, and no C-section. That's what we're going for tomorrow. So, and we think we have an A, Joanna. Thank you, everyone who commented on that yesterday. Especially Kentucky Blue. The Wilson family. There's nothing in my life about Kentucky whatsoever. Anyway, let's pray. Father, we love you. We thank you for this day, the many blessings that you have given us. We're just so grateful to come together as a family and worship you, God. We are so grateful for the sacrifice that you made for us, Father. So now let us take that love, let us take that incredible power, and let us spread it to everybody that we come in contact with. Let us be bold in our faith. Let it start this morning, God, that we get ready for an incredible summer to where we go and we're unashamed to be a part of the community and share you and who you are and what you've done in our lives and the pit that you brought each and every one of us individually out of, God. Let us be strong and intelligent with our words, God. Let us have wisdom to just love on people the right way and not to thump them over the head with the word, God, but just kill them with kindness. Give them your love, God. So let us continue to love you and go out and love people the way that you love us. We thank you this morning for everyone on staff here, all of our incredible members, our visitors, and everybody else. We love you and we praise you. Amen. All right, get up. Do you think? Tell them, meet somebody.
Oh, go shake somebody's hand. Let's go ahead. Go get that resume.
Hi, everybody.
What's up?
Hey, Andrew. How you doing?
She walks in right after. That was perfect. Get George back.
Hey, Mr. Stephen.
Hey, morning, Matt. How you doing?
Morning.
Morning.
Hey, what's up, Chris? All right, everybody feel free to have a seat, have a seat. Ushers, make your way. Come on, Tyler. Anyway, once again, so very grateful to have you guys. Just a little extra clarification on summer nights starting tonight, 6 o'clock, back there, like playing volleyball and cornhole and what other games we got, Matt? We got Foursquare, Water slide for the kids. See, I didn't know that. That's awesome. So a whole lot happening tonight. Again, who doesn't love some free food and barbecue? So a big part of that. All right, as we get ready for the offering, please do not forget. I want to say thank you. We've had quite a few families who have signed up for the text to give. And Chris, if you'll throw that up there, that number, as always, super simple. If you just send anything, really, to our text number right there, it'll give you a link back. When you click the link, you fill it out, and you can give one time. You can sign up to give monthly if you want to continue to invest in Cornerstone. We're so grateful because it helps us do summer nights and all these awesome community things that God has really put on our hearts to do. Yes, and there's physical copies if you want to take it with you to go when you leave today, and remember to sign up at some point today. That would be awesome. So let's pray for us this morning.
Father, we thank you for this day, Father. Pray for a beautiful day that you've given us. Just pray for this church service, the Lord, that you just bless the worship team as we praise you and worship you, dear Lord. We just pray that as Matt brings the word today, that you would just lift him up with the words that you would have him to speak, dear Lord. Dear Lord, just let us listen with open hearts and open minds. Father, we pray for this time of offering. You would just use it for the upbuilding of your kingdom. All these things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. And this morning we got a special treat. The kids are going to sing for you this morning. You guys want to sing? No, all of you come, whether you want to sing. Everybody come up, kids, going to give you lined up. Here's one thing that I discovered in working with the kids. Their hands, when they're singing, their hands and their feet don't work at the same time their mouth will. So if they're doing motions, they won't sing. If they're singing, they won't do motions. So last week was the motion song. Today you need to hear them sing, because they can really sing good.
Your presence, Lord. Tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, when my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for.
God. It would excite us, God. Lord, and the things that even we learned last week, we wouldn't forget this week, God. We're going to go out and we're going to reach those who are lost, God. We're going to care for those who need to touch, God, from you, God. I just pray we would be the very hands and feet of Jesus, Lord. So I thank you for this day. I look forward to what you have for us. In your name I pray. Amen. Be seated.
Little birdie told me that my staff, i.e. you, is kind of pulling down because the stress is so high. And that bothers me. So that's why I called you all in here to talk. So let's talk. I'm listening. Who's first? Mary, you are up.
It's Terry.
Uh-huh.
But we feel that there's a bad attitude going around the office because you're not listening enough maybe to us. And if you could maybe show us a light at the end of the tunnel, that would help out.
Light. That's good, Barry. Let's talk about light for a minute. Light. It comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You can Google that because it's true. But in this office, light, it does one thing and one thing only. Lindsay, help me out. What does light do?
Are you talking to me?
You got me name? Yes.
I'm Cindy.
Lindsay Lou, come on out there. Let's focus on Tracy for a minute. What does the light do?
Really don't feel comfortable.
Come on, you
I don't know.
Shadow. It shines. You heard her. It shines. And that's what I want y'all to do here. I want y'all to shine. I want you to shine. I want you to shine. And you too, Grizzly Adams. I want us to shine. What do you think about them apples, Mary?
Well, still not really answer my question.
The doctor is in. Who's next?
I have something I would like to share.
That's what we're about. Did you hear that? Sharing and caring, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to share. Go ahead. Pam and Pamela, you are up. What do you want to say?
I'm Tabitha.
When did you change your name?
Really think that the office morale is extremely low.
Hey, speaking of low morals, did you see what
I said morale? Completely different.
You're right. You're right. It is totally, completely. What do you think about that? What do you think about what she said?
Yeah, I think she's right.
I think she's right too.
I think it's been going on for
For a long time.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say I think it's been going on.
Since the beginning of time, I get it.
No! I was going to say that I think it's been going on ever since you took away our lunch break. That's what I was going to say.
Teacher becomes the student. Well played. Well done. Where? All right. Okay. This was good. This was good. I feel better, and I know you do too. And we're going to do this again sometime in the near future, folks. Family. All right? So let's go make it a productive day. What do you say? And why can you do it? Because I love you. Mean it.
Wow, not a very good listener, is he? I kind of believe, that's how we all get sometimes. Is if we aren't careful, even me included, that we can get so caught up in talking that we're not listening. People like the sound of their own voice, unfortunately. They teach you what is the most beautiful sound to someone's ears? It's their name. That's exactly right. It's their name. People want to hear their name. And so, which is why today we're talking about learning how to listen to God. Obviously in this video, he's terrible at listening. So he accomplished what? Nothing. He accomplished nothing. And if we don't get where we can hear God, we're going to be in the same situation. Because our whole life, our whole purpose, our whole being is to glorify God and to bring about his will. And if we're not listening to Him, how are we going to know what the will of God is for our life? See, you were designed with a specific purpose to accomplish. Something that God made you uniquely to do. God's not just up there randomly generating people so that He can just let you just roam this earth for 70, 75 years and then go on. But He created each of you differently. And He aligned those things so that you could accomplish His will. And I want to make sure this morning that you accomplish that God, all that you have and all that God wants you to do in your life. And it starts, first of all, by learning how to listen to God. Amen? All right, when you're in a relationship with Jesus, number one, you need to begin to know His voice. And so, here in John chapter 10, verse 4, it says, when He has brought out all who are His own, He goes on ahead of them, and His sheep follow Him because they know His voice. God says that His sheep know His voice. And I know we used this verse even in the last couple of weeks. God's people will know His voice. See, when you spend time with someone, you recognize their voice when they call out to you. You do. I believe I could be in a crowded Walmart where people are pushing and shoving on Black Friday, and if one of my children called out my name, I would immediately would zone in and I would be there. I can't imagine being in a place where they called out and I didn't hear them. I mean, you recognize the voice of someone you know. And it's that way all the time. I believe it's the same way with God. When we spend time with Him daily, we can begin to recognize His voice amidst all the distractions that are going on in our daily life. Because let me tell you, there are distractions in my house. Amen? Not is there ever distractions in your house? There are. I mean, I've got kids doing stuff that's so crazy. I'm looking at them. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. I'm trying to make sense of it all. One of them's walking around with a boot on and a slipper on. The other one's walking around. He doesn't even have any pants on because they're not drying. That's just this morning. You know? And I'm like, hey, we'll leave in 10 minutes. You just pull those out of the washing machine. Good chance they're not going to be dry when it's time to go. And I feel like I'm herding cats the whole morning. You know? Trying to get them all around. And the whole time I feel like I'm like the drill master or something, you know, and I'm pulling things out. Hey, it's countdown, 5 minutes till we leave. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. There's distractions in our daily life. And so in the midst of all that, we've got to figure out how to listen for God's voice. Because He's trying to tell us something each day. What I've come to find out in my own life is that there are certain ways now that I've been living for the Lord. I would say aggressively living for the Lord for at least 20 years now. Where I said, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. I'm going to live for Him. I'm going to go after the things that He wants for my life. And I'm going to listen for God's voice. And over that time, sometimes they say, you know, life is lived looking forward, but it's learned looking back. I can look back on life and I can say, that was God, that was God, that was God. Well, after a while, just like any scientific mind, you would say, okay, there are patterns here, and when I see those patterns, those are things that I feel like that God is doing. And I think God does that because it just makes my life a little easier, number one, to recognize when He's talking. Like there are certain things that God just slams the door shut on. And I asked Him to do that a long time ago because I don't like the confusion of do I know, do I not know, do I not know, do I not know, do I know, do I not know. And so I said, God, when it's just not right, when it's just not what I'm supposed to do, will you just close that door so I don't even have the opportunity? And it's heartbreaking sometimes to get that door shut in your face and you think you're going a certain direction, all of a sudden the door slams. But I remind myself every time, remember, you asked for this. And at least it's clear now. Because when somebody shuts the door in your face, you know they don't want you in there, right? And so I've asked God to do that. There's other things, other ways about that I've done. There's things that God has done, and when He revealed His will, if I look back over my life, I say, oh yeah, that's Him, that's Him, that's Him. One of those ways in my life is that random things. What seems random to me oftentimes is the move of God. How do I explain that? I remember when I was 18, and I was going to school at JSU, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. I was a music major, and they didn't have a guitar program, so I was like, well, I'm going to have to learn another instrument, and then I'm going to have to master that instrument, and that just doesn't really seem like a reality in my life right now. And April and I were dating at the time, and I remember I was sitting in Walmart parking lot in between a class, and the fire truck came by, and I thought immediately, I could do that. And after that day, I pursued a career in the fire service
And I went in the fire service. And then I remember another time after I'd been in the fire service a little while, they told me that they put 11 names in the hat and they drew them randomly. And I saw I got to go to paramedic school. They drew 4 people. At the time, I was like, I did not want to go to paramedic school at all. Thank you for drawing my name. But I went to paramedic school. I get out of paramedic school. I'm working at the fire station and I'm leading worship at a camp. And I remember that day, I didn't go to the fire department. I took that day off, and me and April were getting our oil changed because we were leading worship at this camp, and then we were going on vacation. And I remember I was walking through Walmart, and I seen a guy in a paramedic outfit, and I said, how hard is it to get a job on there where you work? And it was at the Cobra training facility out here in Fort Bum. And he said, actually, they're hiring right now. That was on a Wednesday. On the following Monday, I got an offer from there to go work for there. I turned my notice in on the following Tuesday, I believe it was. And it was just kind of like random things. It just pop out of nowhere and just go from one place to the next. I was in the middle of Dollywood one time. Dollywood, of all places, you know, great Dollywood. And I get a phone call in the middle of Dollywood. And it's my brother, and he says, hey, you want to come work with this company that I'm working for, doing some software programming and some UI design? And I was like, wow, this is just a weird place to get a call about a job. And so I would, and like 4 or 5 months later, I would start that job, which is the one I was working up to recently when I went to aerospace. Now, another time, I was talking to a guy, and I was in a birthday party of a friend of mine's 2-year-old. And I'm sitting there talking to him, and he's telling me how he's applied for this job as a pastor. And as he's telling me, I get a text from Wes asking me, will I come over here and try out to be pastor over here? And I'm like, not really looking for this in my life right now. And I think I gave Wes about 6 names of other people that would be better for the job. Maybe I should have listened to them. But I remember, it was just random. I'm like, God, this is getting weird because anytime that you want to do something, I literally have no idea what you're doing. And then it's there. It's like, I tell people like this, and I told it to April before, I said, sometimes it's like this. It's like there's this great canvas that divides the room. And on the other side of it, God is working something to completion that I have no clue even exists. And then one day he just drops the curtain, and there is the completed item on the other side. I have no idea it's being worked on. I have no idea that something's going on. And then all of a sudden, there it is in my life. And I believe that he's doing that to you as well. That he's got things that he wants for your life that he's working on that maybe you're just not aware of yet. And at some time or another, he's going to drop that curtain and he's going to reveal it to you. In my life, it is when something comes out of nowhere that oftentimes I recognize and say, hey, that might be the hand of God. I need to perk up. If somebody calls me randomly today about something that I had no clue was even about and starts talking to me about it, the antenna's going to go up. I'm going to be like, okay, all right, God, what's next? The next thing, in the Bible, how many of you know who Samuel was? Samuel. Okay? Now, Samuel was the priest who anointed David king. All right? Now, Samuel also, his mother could not have children, and she had children. She prayed and prayed and prayed, and the priest at the time, Eli, told her that she would have a child, and she said, well, when I have a child, I will dedicate him and give him to the temple. That's pretty wild. Can you imagine, Amber, you have a baby, and then, another year or two, you just give that baby over to the church? We don't want it. But can you imagine? She said, I'm going to give that baby back to the Lord. If he gives me a child, I'm going to give it back to the Lord. And so she did, and it was Samuel. And he grew up in the temple. And eventually, Eli, because he was unfaithful, he dies, and Samuel takes over Eli's role as the priest. A godly one. A godly leader. And so Samuel, what we're talking about is Samuel when he is just a small child. He is sleeping in the temple, and God begins to speak to him. And the thing that's interesting about Samuel is when God begins to speak to Samuel, Samuel has no idea who it is. And I'm telling you, some of you right now are in the same boat. God is speaking to you. He's talking to you. He's trying to give you direction in your life, and you just don't know his voice yet. And what we want to do today is we want to make you aware of that. Let me show you about Samuel this morning. Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 3, this is 1 and 2. We'll go through 11. The boy Samuel ministered before the Lord under Eli, and in those days the word of the Lord was rare. There were not many visions. And one night Eli, whose eyes were becoming so weak that he could barely see, was lying down And so he went and he lay down. And again the Lord called to Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." My son Eli said, "I did not call you. Go back and lie down." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord. I want you to hang on that verse. I want you to think about that. He did not know the Lord. The word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. He couldn't hear the voice of God. Why? He didn't yet know the Lord. A third time the Lord called Samuel. And Samuel got up and he went to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." Then Eli realized that the Lord was calling the boy. And so Eli told Samuel, "Go lie down. And if he calls you, say, 'Speak, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And the Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other time, "Samuel, Samuel." Then Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening." And the Lord said to Samuel, "See, I'm about to do something in Israel that will make the ears of everyone who hears about it tingle." Wouldn't you like to know that God right now is getting ready to do something in your life that's going to make the ears of everyone around tingle? That God is fixing to move upon your life in such a powerful, awesome, mighty way that it's fixing to make other people stop and stare. God wants to do those things in us, and he wants to do those things through us. And he calls out to Samuel, and he's calling out to Samuel, but Samuel doesn't recognize it. Why? Because Samuel doesn't know the Lord yet. I think a lot of times we miss what God has for us simply because we do not know the Lord yet. We don't know him as well as we need to know him. Yes, we may believe in him. Yes, we may have confessed him as our Savior, but we do not know the voice of God yet.